Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I would like to talk about my life experience, my awakening, and my spiritual path. The reason for this video is also I want to connect with the people as me, healers, any holistic practitioner, and also normal, regular people who have kind of their own experience in spiritual world. So I was born in Germany. My parents met there in 70s. I'm not gonna say exactly what year. I'm joking. Germany, I never felt that Germany is my home. That's the first thing. After a few years, we moved to Bosnia, and from my point of view, for me it was even worse because I couldn't deal with the new place and new stuff. But I tried. I always felt like I'm alien in this world and this reality. So after a few years in Bosnia, they decided to move to Croatia. So most of my life I spent in Croatia, and I have pretty much a hard journey in the whole thing because the thing is, with me personally, since I was a kid, I like, even for example when we went to my grandparents' place, I used to spend hours and hours in the forest talking to what the people say, imaginary friends, and I felt really connect with the nature, with the trees, with all those beings there. But I also remember when I was telling my mom, I was talking with the fairy or whatever. She always said, don't say that loud, people are gonna think that you're not. So little by little, I kind of shut those doors, and I tried to be what society said normal. But then at the same time, I feel so strong in my heart that I have to research spiritual world a little bit more. So I was always, I don't know, let's say I believe in angels and I believe in God, but not the way how they present in, say, church or whatever. Even if I was actually the altar boy when I was young, and not because my parents forced me to go and be that kind of person. It's just I was looking for the God, I was looking for the love and higher meaning of this world. But then after a year or two, I realized that, please, that's my opinion, there is no God in the church. It's just a structure, and it's a very hard structure. So I left church. I also study Buddhism, Hinduism, even I was reading Quran, loads of different things, but I couldn't find any satisfaction in all those things. There was always something missing, and everything is like you have to play by the rules, and if you don't play by the rules, you're gonna be punished, or you're gonna be whatever, burned in hell and stuff like that. I personally believe that hell and heaven is already here on earth. It depends from what angle you're looking into. So I know, and I know for some people it's going to be very strange, especially people who know me. I know that I'm starseed, and I can make another video about star seeds and who they are and what's the purpose of star seeds. And like I said at the beginning, I always knew that I'm kind of different. We are all different and we are all unique, but some of us is a little bit more different. So for me, it was like I remember as a child, I could understand why we have to, I don't know, constantly be in competition with the other people, and why some people are so mean, and why some people making horrible things. Uh, this reality, even today, is a little bit too hard for me, and I'm trying to amalgamate all together, and I'm trying to accepting, okay, at the moment you're a human being here on earth, and just go with the program. But still, I know some from higher perspective, there is a different world where all these 3D things actually they don't exist. However, I was always into spiritual things, into fairies, unicorns, angels. Uh, in my kind of 20s, 30s, I decided to have loads of human experience and kind of move from my life path, from what's my sole purpose is. So I went to different relationships and different jobs, careers, and chasing, like most of people these days too, chasing material things like oh, I want to have a new car, and I want to have like new clothes, and I want to be a manager, I want to make loads of money and be powerful and stuff like that. But honestly, deep inside, I was never happy. Never. My kind of real spiritual awakening started 2008 when I was not happy with the work what I'm doing. I was not happy with the reality. So I started reading books and on internet. So I started following a group of people, and they're channeling beings from Cassiopeia. So all those channeling actually give me completely different perspective about this reality, and kind of triggering memories inside of me, where I start seeing myself a little bit more bigger, expand. So, but the thing is that from one side I start opening for spiritual world, but then in the same time that this three material world excuse me, world start crashing and clashing with the spiritual thing. However, I think was 2015. I think that's the hardest period of my life. I actually touched the bottom of my life, and I was in really low vibration. Before the tipping point happened in my life, for a few years I was a fashion stylist because I love fashion, and I love creativity, and I like to support people who are artists and stuff like that. But this world, fashion world, can be very hard and very dark. So little by little I kind of went deep into symbolism, and I personally think that I was actually channeling darker stuff than I should, and it was battle inside of me, like dark and light. And eventually, in one stage of my life, I decide I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave this earth because it's too hard. I can't deal because everything was falling apart around me. And even when I make decision, some little tiny voice inside of me said to me, "You're not leaving. You still have to be here. You have to keep going, and you have to live your purpose." I did it. I came back. I was so angry. I was so angry why I'm back and why angry and tired. But then after a few weeks, it's just okay, fine. Let's start from beginning. And that was my tipping point where I started changing completely everything who I am and what I want to be. Do I really want to be successful and what they say, how they say, sell my soul? No. So I put myself a little bit more into massages and more actually, and trying to help people. And then I realized after a while that people was actually very I don't know, it was not just a physical thing. Like, you can work on someone else's muscles and you can give them advice about posture and stuff like that, but there was something more and more. And I know that, like, since I was a kid, like every time when someone needs help, I was placing my hands on a person or animal or anyone. And then I realized, okay, this is a tool, and it's not just physical, it's also energy. So I dive deep into bioenergy things and energy work and stuff like that till 2020. Beginning of 2020, I was still rushing around and try different things, but I was more into spiritual stuff and more like turn it to myself. When everything started in 2020, I actually clearly saw what's going on, and I just couldn't go with the program. And I was actually shocked that so many people went into completely blindness and fear. And I think the fear is the powerful weapon for dark side, because fear actually attacking our vibration and makes us open for different kind of entities, energies, and programming and all that stuff. So basically, in Ireland, we got long time of lockdowns. I think 9.5 months I was off from work. I used to work in the salon. I'm still working, maybe just 2 days per week. And we was actually forced to stay at home and all those measures, let's say. And at the beginning, it was actually fun. Like, oh, I don't have to work. I can have a drink at 2:00 afternoon. But like after a week or two, you just see, okay, that's not purpose. That's not how I supposed to live my life. So basically, I start reading. I start watching videos on YouTube. Start following people who are spiritual, who are awake, and I started practicing meditation. And I must say it was very hard because naturally I'm more into my head than in my heart. It is what it is, and I have to remind myself every day, okay, Predrag, drop here, this resonate here with you, that's your truth. So at the beginning of meditation, it was very hard to just let it go. Those monkeys, they just jumping on your brain. But like everything else, it's a muscle. You have to exercise, and little by little, I actually start being better and better. So in those meditation, I start getting downloads or information, who I am really, and what is my purpose. Also, with the meditation, I met few healers and I had healing sessions. I strongly believe that every healer now and again needs a healing session with other healer, because sometimes, because of our ego and different things, sometimes we don't see the problem what we have. However, I got down. People ask me, how do you know? It's simple. You know. When you know, you know. So the first thing, I start having flashbacks from my previous past lives, and it was amazing. And I know, for example, that I used to live in Ireland, and I remember first day when I arrived in Dublin airport, the first feeling was, I'm home. And don't get me wrong, Ireland is not perfect country, and it's not like that my life is just like fairies and all those stuff. No, I have to work hard for everything what I have and what I need. But also that feeling, okay, this is it, you're home, this is your start point for something in the future. However, go back to meditation and healers. I actually realized, I mentioned at the beginning, star seeds, my soul coming from Pleiadians, and they are beings who are in sixth dimension. I also, like in my past life regression, I'm gonna cover that video next time. I actually saw spaceship, and I saw the captain, and captain is actually me. I know it's hard to explain, but I will explain in some of future videos. Also, I did one of meditation. I got experience where Arcturian beings came into my meditation to basically sit in my auric field, and I asked, who are you? And she said, Maya. That was okay, Maya. I was not afraid or scared because it was so calm, and I didn't feel anything like, oh, I don't know, that being gonna attack me or something like that. Actually, I felt bigger. I don't know how to explain, but I felt bigger, and I actually realized real size of me, not just this physical vessel. It's bigger. So basically, I got information from her that she's gonna help me with the healing and teach me different technique or stuff to help myself and other people. That's a one-off experience. Little by little, I actually accept that I'm a healer and that my purpose is help people. And that's fine, yeah. But at the beginning, I actually didn't realize that healer also have to heal themselves, and it's what the people call that. They call shadow work. So and it's so hard. It's so hard when you have to look deep inside of you and see the dark, and heal that dark and let it go and send to the light or whatever. How you're dealing with that. So basically, my kind of reality is that with my daily job, helping people and all that stuff, I actually healing myself, sometimes with help from another healer, or sometimes just me and my spirit guides and my higher self. It's not easy, but it's the right way for me. I'm trying to be healthy much as is possible, so I'm trying to avoid different products and stuff like that. I don't say that everyone should be vegan or anything. It's your choice, but like for example 2 years ago, now I think it's 3 years already, I start feeling kind of not right every time when I had meat, and basically, and I was worried because before that I was really meat person. Just give me a big lump of meat and I'm happy. And I was worried how my body's gonna react without meat and stuff like that. So I asked my higher self, okay, what should I do? How can I, survive? So basically, it was a funny situation where I went with my friend in shopping, and we was coming back, and I saw duck with the little dogs trying to cross the road, and it was a traffic and all that stuff. So I said to my friend to stop, and I stopped the other car, and basically duck crossed the road, and I was so proud of myself, because beside that road is a park, and they used to live there. So I was so happy I did a good thing. But the thing is, when I came home, everything was fine, but for dinner was a duck. And I said, no, I can't. That was kind of confirmation for me to stop eating meat. I'm still eating fish, eggs, milk, just for the coffee and stuff like that, but not meat anymore, and I'm fine. I'm absolutely, I feel much lighter, not physically, but energetically, much lighter, less angry. Yeah, it's work for me. I can, like for example, I can't be vegan or vegetarian. It's just doesn't resonate with me. But the whole thing is, you have to listen to yourself. What's really resonate with you, and go with that. However, this is kind of short. My story in short line. I really want to create something together with other people. So if you think that my story resonate with you, just text me, call me, whatever, and we can create podcasts, and in that podcast you can share your kind of spiritual awakening or your life with other people's, because I think now is the time where we should expand a little bit more than this 3D reality.